Hey, I'm Hallie, and we are watching tonight an unbelievable amount of rain drowning southern Florida, shutting down part of I-95 with storms and tornadoes sweeping the state. Take a look at this. This is a live look at our reporter shot right now. That's a car up to its tires in the water, totally stuck. The rain still coming down. Further north, you've got a reported twister near Jupiter Island, meaning it's totally cut off now from the mainland because of trees like this one down at the entrance to the island. On Florida's west coast, there's some streets in Sarasota looking more like rivers. This fire truck's trying to get through, acting more like a boat. That city setting a record for the most rain it's ever gotten in a single hour. More than 8 inches dropping, flash floods coming with it. You see some of it here now. Some drivers we've seen trapped, hundreds of flights delayed, dozens canceled in Florida, with right now millions of people under a flood emergency across the southern half of the state. We're talking about cities like you see them here, Miami, West Palm, Marco Island, too. No relief expected until at least Friday for most of those spots. I want to bring in now Sam Brock, who is live for us on the ground in South Florida. Bill Cairns has our forecast in just a sec. Sam, I see you there, still soaking wet, and I'm sure that you have seen dozens of cars like the one you're standing in front of.
Everywhere, every road that you turn on, Hallie, and I got to tell you, you're talking about a pretty wide swath of land. For those who don't live in South Florida and they hear, Sarasota over here, West Palm over there, it's a 3-hour drive from Sarasota along sort of the panhandle aspect or sort of that peninsula area of Florida over to Miami, and then another 2 hours north out to Palm Beach County. So we're talking about a huge chunk of land. Yes, the cars are everywhere. So I'm at a shopping mall, Aventura. For those who like to frequent Miami, they definitely know this mall. Hundreds of people, if not thousands, on a daily basis. I'm looking at cars all over the place that are just like this. I actually saw a man, Hallie, about 10 minutes ago, climbing out of the window of his car to get behind it so he could start pushing it along with his girlfriend inside. And that's like one little snippet of the things that we've seen so far. People bailing water out of their cars. I saw a mom clutching her daughter, trying to carry her through a parking garage to get to their vehicle. She was obviously in distress. That is kind of standard for what we're seeing right now, given the rate of rain that has come down. Some parts of this area here in Miami have seen a foot plus of rain so far today. Hollywood, I believe, is the high water mark, but it's all over. It's not just there in Broward, all the way down to Dade, west out to Sarasota, Naples. All these areas have seen just an inundation. Another interesting point here, when you're talking about cars and how much it takes to flood them, I mean, it only takes 6 inches to be able to actually destabilize the car and have it start to stall. I'm 6'5", as we've talked before. I'm on the taller side. This water is almost up to my knee, so you're looking at probably 1.5 to 2 feet of water where I'm standing. This is a parking lot that has been turned into a swimming pool. Thankfully, we have not heard any reports to date of any injuries, but this is widespread severe weather that has frightened quite a lot of people here. And the weird thing, and I'll leave you with this, Hallie, is there are obviously warnings and conversations about saturating this entire area and seeing that carry over into the week and how, of course, there's going to be flooding. And yet I talk to people and they tell me, well, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I went to work today and they were shocked to find out that their cars are in the middle now of a pool of water. There's so much water. I just stood up on a median. You can't even see from your vantage point because there's so much water here. I'm standing on top of it right now. It's just everywhere, and you hope that you don't see a ton of more.
Who is it? Did they just try to drive through and got stuck? Like,
oh, no. Yeah, I assume you're talking about this car right here, this gentleman. And I got to be careful here because it gets deeper as I take a step forward.
Yeah, I don't want you to. You don't have to talk to him, but I just like what? There's another car stuck right there. It's tricky, obviously.
Just a quick snapshot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 10 cars within just the radius of 50 feet from where I'm standing is what I'm looking at right now, including, unfortunately, this guy too.
At least he looks to be okay. Sam Brock, thank you for being there for us. You got to thank people.
For sure.
You don't want to make those moves, right? If you see a million cars stuck in the flooded water, maybe don't try to drive on through. So we'll let Sam talk to him. He seems to be at least physically okay. So we'll see if Sam is able to chat with him about being able to get out and get through to where he's going.
What language do you speak?
I'm going to leave Sam to do that for a second.
And Sam's trying to help get this guy and push him. Oh, boy. Well, Sam gets the medal for this one.
Well, it looks like it's working.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully Sam can see that it's a little lower. Hopefully he's heading towards shallower water. Sam's been there a long time now, so
yeah,
he knows. But that vehicle must be stalled because there's no lights on in the back. There's no brake lights. There's no signs So Sam's just doing that all on his own.
And Bill, as you say, and I mean, I am just totally blown away by, and this is now, I think, the fifth car in the foreground here, that pickup truck.
Yeah.
And, you know, they sit a little higher, but trying to make their way, and another one there behind him, trying to make their way through all this.
And can you imagine driving by someone that's pushing a car like that and then hitting the gas and giving a big wave and a wake and not even stopping to help?
As you say, Bill, you've seen this. I mean, this kind of rain, it's not just here in Aventura where Sam is. And it looks like he got this this driver here to some higher ground.
It is a little more shallow. And the rain rates are letting up a little bit, so that water level will start to drop so that, you know, hopefully the vehicle, that vehicle won't get ruined any further. I don't think the water is going to go up much more than what it is right now all through this area. Wow, what a story.
And no relief in sight, right? I mean, this rain is going to come and come and come for the next 48 hours or so.
Yeah, let me, now that Sam's got that out, we'll try to get back with him in a little bit when he gets back.
Yeah, we'll keep that live shot close up.
Yeah, when we get him back. So, all right, so let me just familiarize what we're looking at here. This is Fort Lauderdale. This is Miami. This is Florida City. This is down towards Key Largo. All of the heavy rain for the last 4 hours had been from Naples across Alligator Alley, 75, heading into this region. So this is the area that has just gotten crushed with a ton of rain. And now as we go throughout the rest of today, it's sinking to the south. So that's why I was mentioning that the water levels are actually going to be dropping and going down as we go to it. And you can see that Sam will just finish there. So that's why I was saying the water level is going to be dropping. I've seen, Hallie, 3 different rain gauges that are now over a foot of rain since noon today. And you know, you hear those stories. You hear like this is a 1 in 1,000 year flood or 1 in 500. The occurrence rate for this, what we've just witnessed and are witnessing, is about once in every 200 to once in every 300 years. That's the rainfall rates that we've been getting. So we'll keep monitoring this. Hopefully we can get Sam back up and we can find out the story of that gentleman. And unbelievable.
I think that I would just pull back the curtain because that's what we do on the show. We don't have comms with Sam or his team right now because obviously they're in this situation. You saw the fluidity, so to speak, of Sam jumping into action there, helping out that guy. I'm a little bit stunned by what we just witnessed over the course of the last 8 minutes here with Sam watching that truck just try to blast on through, getting stuck, managed to push him to at least some higher water, which is good. That gentleman, I believe it's a gentleman driver.
The tail lights actually just came on. Maybe there's some hope that the car's not completely dead.
Yeah, as you're watching people kind of walk back from that parking garage, this is, again, an outdoor mall, or at least a mall in Aventura, where people would typically be coming in, parking. There's that parking garage over in the corner there. But again, I don't think we have comms with his team at this point. We will obviously bring that back as soon as we can, just to hear from Sam what went down there. And I mean, I got to tell you, Bill, I don't want to over-index on this. But the point of this is the kind of scene that is playing out all over the place in southern Florida. I mean, this is just a micro look at a story that's happening again and again in places all around Miami.
Yeah, and you could see when we showed that shot to the left that you could see dry ground. So this is obviously a low area here by this intersection. So the cars are approaching it, and you can see the street just to the north of there looks like it's a little higher elevated. So people are driving, and they have no clue how deep this water is. But you would think that they'd see the stalled vehicles, and that may be a big heads up.
FedEx.
But yeah.
All right. People got to get their packages, I guess. Hopefully that FedEx truck made it through. We're going to keep an eye on this live shot. We're going to see what kind of comms we get. We're going to come back to it if we can. Bill, I'm going to ask you to stay close to a camera, too. Thank you very much, with obviously a lot unfolding in southern Florida. We're also going to keep an eye on those flight delays as well.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.